You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I'd never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes, or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or 2 ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Xion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going. What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside? That's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kinda my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much,
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zuko policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
Rising over!
Bet that shell's hiding something tasty.
On guard!
Chocolate flash!
Fantastic! Now my clothes are long.
Be my
This
guest!
one's mine! Tiger Blade! I'll take you all on!
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Flare the Malisa!
Talon Hurricane!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah, and then fire to me.
Illuminate the dark. Control. Holy glimmer. Holy
It's
God on
gone.
my watch. Look sharp.
Double demon stuff! Void flash! Luna Rongo! Stay away from my friend! Crush! You picked the wrong fight!
Attack time! I'll smash you!
Gale Force.
First strike! Talon Hurricane!
Can't move!
Tempest Blast.
Not done
Raging
yet!
Cascade. Spread.
Eternal devastation!
Large Field. Confiscated.
Slice! Void blast!
Here's a
Luna Rongo!
Raging Cascade. Spread. Dance in the wind. Sleep now. More for the stockpile.
Can't move!
Lightning.
Not done yet!
Thunderblade.
Eternal devastation!
Illuminate the dark.
Eternal
Holy glimmer.
devastation!
Holy land.
Tear! Hurricane thrust! Slash! Double demon fang!
Raging Cascade. Field. I'll be saving this
Double
one.
demon fang!
Illuminate the dark. Come forth. Holy glimmer. Holy land.
Eternal devastation!
Now.
Double demon fang!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Denizen.
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine.
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage. This fury I feel at our so-called rulers. It comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me. And left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion. Then we defeat Volron. And liberate Dana. Everyone. Will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, Can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there.
You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Okay.
Why?
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters! Just watch and see!
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight.
I think Huro senses an owl around here.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out.
You'll pay for that!
Lightning possessed!
Lunarongo! Slice! Void Flash! Eternal Devastation!
Is this it? I can't believe this.
There it is. That's our target.
No choice! Double Demon Fest! Thanks! Double Demon! No further!
Are those arms even natural?
I owe you one!
Oh, now I'm real mad.
Eat dirt! Eternal Devastation!
Make it rain!
Turn them off! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glitter! Holy land!
Damn it! Too fast! Stand back!
Now you
I'll
see
trip
what
it
I
up.
can do!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree.
Fires of passion, courses in flame!
I'm gone!
Dragon Shout! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Denied!
Now or never. Eat dirt!
Plenty left!
Double Demon Fang!
Crescent Moon!
Illuminate the dark!
Turn up the head!
Holy land!
Eternal Hunt!
Not my
Eternal Devil! You'll pay for that!
Now!
We did it! Crush!
Look sharp!
Double Demon Fang!
Gale Force!
Tiger Blade!
Eternal Devastation!
Going in!
Lunar
Dance
Rondo!
in the wind!
Going in!
Ready!
No! Can't end here!
Nicole!
out of this!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy land! Now for something special!
This should do it! Lunar Rondo!
Gale Force! Lightning condemned! Thunder Blade! Illuminate
Strike!
the dark!
Void
Come
Blast!
forth, holy land!
Double Demon Fang!
Lightning condemned! Thunder!
Double Demon Fang!
Tempest Whirl! Puddle!
Eternal Devastation! Now or never.
Everyone still doing all right?
Never mind us. You worry about you, Rinwell.
Right! I still
You
got
picked the
vitamin
wrong
yet!
fight! Double
We
Demon
master
Fang!
energy! Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer! Hey! Anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Rinwell's right. We should fall back to regroup and try again later.
No choice!
Not my
You'll pay for that! Double Demon Fang!
I let my guard down.
If they rush you,
Demon Fang!
you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Double Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! No! Can't end here!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy land! Mom, Dad.
I can't believe this.
There's the Zoogle we were asked to handle.
Out of my way!
Double Demon Fang!
Going in!
Double Demon Fang!
Astral energy!
This
Double
one's
Demon
mine!
Fang!
Lightning condemned!
This
Double
one's
Demon
mine!
Fang!
This one's mine! Crescent Moon!
Illuminate the dark!
Tiger
Come
Blade!
forth, holy glimmer! Holy
Leave the
land!
ensnaring to me. Yeah!
Eternal Devastation!
Tiger Blade!
Dance in the wind! In here!
Double Demon!
I'll be saving this one!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon shout! Take this!
Double demon fang!
Armor won't save you!
Gale Force!
You picked the wrong fight!
Take this! Tectonic
Chinese
meteor!
Supernova!
Double demon!
Ridwell! Frozen!
Hammer!
I lack the energy for healing arts. There.
Little help!
On guard!
Not in your dream!
Not my finest.
Come on!
Tear!
Raise
Hurricane
your
thrust!
blade!
Crescent moon! I'll take out the legs with my shield.
Here! More for the stockpile!
Going in!
Double demon fang!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Double demon fang!
Going in!
Photon flame! Illuminate the dark! Come forth!
This one's mine! Now you've gone and ticked me off!
Take this!
On guard! Take this!
Dance in the wind! In here!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisher! Look sharp!
It's on!
One more!
Eat dirt!
More where that came from!
Double demon fang!
Crescent moon!
Raging storm!
Nothing gets by me!
Crush! Dueling! In an instant! Impact block!
Dance in the wind! Sleep now. More for the stockpile.
Going in!
Light
One more!
Double demon fang!
Look sharp! That's it! Tiger blade!
Sealed! Arc
Going in.
sealed!
Take
Lightning
this!
condemned!
Tiger blade!
Thunder blade! I can do this all
Take
day!
this!
Holy
Crescent moon!
Eternal devastation!
Tiger blade! Dohalim!
All yours, Kisara!
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
What's this thing?
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Okay.
Okay. Yes!
What?
Really? Dohalim. Dohalim, I'm going to look into some seasonal fishing spots.
By all means.
Leave the preparations to me as well. I'll bring the rods. Would you prefer your fish served grilled or raw?
I'll trust your judgment, Kisara. This flavor, why, it rivals the cooking of my own chefs in the palace.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend so much?
I think Huro senses an owl around here. You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
Through.
Not in your dreams!
This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight!
Look
Triple
sharp!
Demon Fang!
Inferno Punch!
Eternal Devastation!
This one's mine!
Crush!
Light Axe Raging
Double
Cascade!
Demon Fang!
Seal!
Crush!
More for the stockpile!
Look sharp!
Damn it! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Double Demon Fang!
Lightning Orb!
Going in!
Attack time!
Ready to go! Far enough!
Now! Take that! Dance in the
Now we're
wind!
not.
In here!
Dragon Shell! In a vine!
More for the stockpile!
A comfortable win.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Double Demon Fang! Eat dirt! Swallow dance! Double Demon Fang! Eternal Devastation!
Tiger Blade! No chance!
It's time! You picked the wrong fight!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
Eternal Devastation!
Now!
Double Demon Fang!
This one's mine!
Stand in the wind! Sleep now!
Eternal
This one's mine!
Dragon Shell!
Illuminate the
Force
dark!
Flash!
Come forth, holy glimmer! Holy land!
Anything in
Force Flash!
Make it rain!
Through!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Dance in the wind!
That's better.
Seal!
I'm on a roll now!
Eagle assault!
An outstanding effect.
Thunderblade!
Swallow
Illuminate
Blade!
the dark!
That's better.
Slash!
Holy glimmer!
Swallow Blade!
Holy land!
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat. You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
Eat dirt!
No further!
Burn! Eternal Devastation!
Going in! Going in! Make it rain!
Totally! In an instant! Impact Block!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And the pummeling to me!
Double Demon Fang!
Crescent move!
Eternal Devastation!
Take this!
We did it!
Armor won't save you! This one's mine!
Not in your dreams!
Take this!
Lunar Rondo!
Tiger Blade! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
With this, I can become even stronger.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch? Maybe I'll get some training in.
This looks perfect. Guaranteed to hit the spot.
Halim, care if I hang out for a while? I wanted to ask you something.
I'm all ears.
How much contact did you have with the other lords back in the day?
I only saw or exchanged words with them on a handful of occasions. Not that I was particularly keen on even that much.
Almadria made it sound like the two of you had some kind of history together.
She was like that with all of the lords, not just me. She was always interested in who she could use, who had value for her own ends. Having said that, she wasn't quite so brazen back when we were still in Lenegus. In a sense, she may have been a victim of the crown contest as well.
Almadria? A victim?
To a Renin, there is no greater honor in life than being chosen to serve as a lord, let alone to go on and become the next sovereign. We are taught that from the day we leave the womb. There are few Renins who wouldn't be ecstatic at the prospect of ascending to lordship.
You were like that though, right? You've always struck me as a more grounded guy.
No sane Renin would ever dare admit that their interests lie in anything but power and prestige, even if they feel so in their heart of hearts.
The more you talk about it, the more it seems like the crown contest is nothing but misery for Renins, too.
Which is why I seek to end it. Not that I imagine Danins such as Rinwell are all that interested in hearing tales of woe such as mine. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving?
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegus, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution. until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
This shall suffice. Please.
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.